Hello guys, this is Sveta here, back with another video. And as I said in a previous video, I think it was the wrap up, right? The wrap up video. I was going to talk about the Dune saga, right? A saga, a series that I really like. In Spanish, we call them sagas. In English, it is series, so the Dune series. Um, Now, this series is really complicated for me, and I imagine that it is complicated for a lot of people as well, because it has really good books, and it has really bad books. So let's go ahead and go one by one. And first, by the way, if you're a completionist like me, this video is useless to you. You just need to read the 6 books, and you will be done with Frank Herbert's Dune series. Um, but let's go ahead and try to go one by one on a book by book basis, right? So I feel like we need to start with the 2 first books, right? So it is the first Dune and Dune Messiah, right? Uh, these 2 books go together, basically. They go together because Frank Herbert wrote Messiah as a complement, sort of, to the first book, just to explain the themes and the message more clearly, right? So that's why it's really short. This book is like barely 300 pages in the Spanish version. So in the English version, it should be longer because sorry, it should be shorter because in Spanish it takes more pages to write to explain things. But yeah, I mean these 2 first books, Dune and Dune Messiah, are the best of the best, right? You're not gonna get a better story from the Dune universe, either from Frank Herbert or the son Brian, I believe Brian Herbert. This is just the best, right? I mean, this is what we're getting right now in the movies. The first 2 movies were based on this book, and the third one is going to be based on Messiah. So the themes here on Dune are very clear. I mean, you don't really have to go deep into essays or video essays just to get the themes of these 2 first books. I mean, you get the God complex of the ruling class, right? You get the Messiah as well complex. How a society wants to view a good politician or a good uh, man for war here. So Dune plays with those themes, right? Should we really elevate or put in the highest pedestal this men that sometimes ruin society, or they are given so much power that they don't really know what to do with it, and it just ends up being a chaos, right? And so this is the story of Paul Atreides, right? If you want to get the full story of Paul, you need to read these 2 first books, right? Paul Atreides, Lisa Nalgaib, Quisax, Haderach, I mean, you may call him however you want, but it's the story of Paul Atreides, right? And you get the full story of him in these 2 books. So if you just want to know the story of Paul, right, you just need to read these 2 books. Now, if you want to know the story of his children, right, he has a daughter and he has a son. I don't consider this a spoiler because this is the synopsis of the book, right? So he has a son and a daughter, and you see them in Children of Dune. This is the Spanish version. And actually, this book is pretty good, man. I will, if you want me to rank rank the books, I can go ahead and do it right now, and it's pretty easy. I mean, you get basically in order of publication, right? You get one, two, three, and four, and that's how I will rank them as well, with exception of I will put the sixth book, Chapter House of Dune, as a number five, and Heretics of Dune as the last one. Right, this is the wars book in the series. But let's go ahead and go one by one. Let's take it easy. All right. All right, Children of Dune. If you're a fan of Star Wars, when you read this book and when you read Messiah, you will find a lot of themes, right, that George Lucas actually stole or referenced from for his magnus opus, which was Star Wars. He also took George Lucas. He stole from everyone, right? He stole from Herbert. He stole from Jodorowsky, right, from his script from Dune, and his Incal as well. Some of the drawings that he had there. But yeah, this is basically just the story of the children of Paul, right? So they also have this sensitivity to the melange, right? The spice. And it's really interesting to see these young children with the mentality of not adults, but some sort of a gods or a superior being, right? Than a normal human being, right? So this is pretty interesting how the two children uh, develop themselves in the planet of Arrakis. Then we have, I mean, a lot of people don't like the fourth book, which is Emperor of Dune. They don't really like it because, first, I mean, I can't understand why, right? It takes place like 5,000 years after Children of Dune, and it's focused heavily on one single character, the God Emperor, which I'm not going to tell you which character it is, which is, I mean, it's pretty obvious, but whatever. So I get why people don't like this. So this is a purely, I mean, I think it's the most philosophical book of the six, right? Emperor of Dune, because when we follow on only one character, right? In this case, the Emperor, uh, invariably you're going to have a reflection on the self, right? And his reflection of the self, if you've been reading the series, it's not only his own self, I, the Emperor, it's also his bloodline, right? So he, in his mind, has uh, Paul, has his brothers and sister, has his grandmothers and grandfathers. He has the whole lineage in his head, right? So the reflection of the self takes another meaning here in Emperor of Dune. It's more ontological, if you want to say that. It's much more fundamental than the reflection of any character that came before him, right? So that's why it's really interesting for me. Emperor of Dune is a must read for the series. Now, here is why I made this video, because I just wanted to let you guys know that if you read these four books, right? Dune, Messiah, Children of Dune, and Emperor of Dune, you're all set. Believe me, you can leave it there. You don't have to read the last two books. You're just going to waste time. And we're going to go to the points of those two books in a moment. And I spoke about this fifth book briefly in, I believe it was the March wrap up, or it was something, right? This book, man, is horrible, right? It's boring. The themes are obsolete for the time it's being written. And I just hated this book, man. I mean, some people I've read online that they like this book, the fifth one, Heretics of Dune, and they like chapter house of Dune, because they say that, oh my God, the books are so good, man. They're so out there, They're so. It seems that like Herbert was smoking a joint or whatever when he wrote it, and to me, that's not enough, right? That's not enough to get a good story. I mean, sure, you can write whatever the fuck you want. But if what you're writing doesn't really have any sense of depth or meaning, I mean, what are you doing? I mean, what are you wasting 10 fucking hours of my time to read your book? I mean, here, the sexism of the writer shows a lot, right? I mean, whatever, right? I'm not a fucking I can't read a sexist writer, right? I'm not going to stop reading all of his works due to the fact that he's sexist or racist or whatever. Humans have flaws, and humans from the 20th and 19th and 18th century also have flaws. That's I'm not saying that's okay. That's something that I accept, right? As a human being, my brain can think, can analyze the story and the context when the book was written. But here in this book, the context is just, I mean, it doesn't fit the text, right? If I don't want to give any spoilers for this book or the next, in case if you want to read them, but if you decide to continue the series uh, beyond book four, I mean, good luck, man, because you're gonna be bored, you're gonna be upset, you're gonna hate this book and the next one, Chapter House. Um, I mean, they're just empty books, right? Philosophical empty books. And I'm saying philosophical because this is the last book, Chapter House. This is the last one I have. I'm saying that they're empty in a philosophical way because this series is known due to the fact that it's very philosophical, right? This is not a Star Wars type of book, right? When you have battles and you have good and evil against each other. So this is not that type of philosophy, right? This doesn't follow the Ayn Rand type of philosophy where everything is black or white or whatever. No, this is more gray, and this analyzes the political figures that inhabit our world. Um, but these last two books, man, you can just tell that Herbert he didn't have it in him anymore, right? And I'm not saying that I'm glad he didn't continue with the series because it was tragic. I mean, he passed away, right? And that's horrible. But I am glad that he didn't get to write more books in this universe, right? The Son's books, I mean, I can ignore those. I don't really care for them. I'm never going to read them. I just wanted to complete this series, right? I mean, mainly just to say that I read all of the Dune books, right? But honestly, bro, if you can stop after the fourth book, which is Emperor of Dune, just stop. Just stop. That's the perfect ending, by the way. The ending of the fourth book is the perfect ending, and you won't regret it. Believe me, you're not missing anything, right? In this series. And yeah, that was just a quick a quick review on the books. I'm doing this video really really quickly because I have to get in the shower, and tomorrow is how you translate Teachers Day here in Mexico. So we're throwing a big party today, in a few hours, couple of hours, for all of the teachers from the university. So it's gonna get pretty nice there, and we're gonna drink a lot. We're gonna dance a lot. And tomorrow it's a free day, right? We don't have to give any classes, which is pretty nice. Anyways, guys, subscribe, like the video. This is the first time I'm saying this in the channel. Every video I say to myself, at the end, don't forget to say it, but I always forget. I just don't have it in me yet. that routine. But anyways, thank you for listening to my rambling for I don't know how many minutes. Um, but anyways, guys, have a good one.